Hello guys, Belle here. Going to give you a little walkthrough on Affliction's PvP talents. If you want to know more about PvP in Legion, what it means to prestige, how talents are going to, or how PvP is going to work, how the gear is going to work, make sure you click the top right of the video on that little card there and watch the Legion PvP video, because that does give a pretty sweet breakdown of all the things you're going to need to know for PvP in Legion. Now, I'm going to just go through the talents here so that you know what you're dealing with. And you can kind of start to pre-plan how it's going to work. I do also want to give a small disclaimer and let you know that we are still in beta. I won't be doing the guide videos for the specs until we are out of beta, until we are live. That way I know it's the most current and up-to-date, as they are still tuning. So some of this stuff is subject to change as Blizzard sees fit. So for your first set of talents here, what's going to happen is you're going to unlock these as you get your honor levels, which the honor levels are all explained in the PvP video that I talked about previously, so make sure you guys have watched that as a precursor to the talent breakdown. And it's going to unlock starting this way, and then it's going to go here and then here. So it's going to start with the first column, then the second column, then the third column, so that you get one of each column as you're working your way through these talents. Every couple levels honor levels will be when you gain a talent. The most important one here, of course, is going to be your Gladiator's Medallion. You'll get that right straight away at level 1, and it is on the 2-minute cooldown. It's an instant ability, does remove all movement and parrying effects and all effects which cause loss of control to your character while in PvP combat. Super important. This is what's needed in every PvP engagement for you to have that. The second one here is going to be Adaptation. All loss of control effects with a duration of 5 seconds or more will activate your Honorable Medallion spell, but only causes it to incur a 60-second cooldown. This is a passive ability. For your third one here, you have Relentless. This does replace the Honorable Medallion, and it is passive. Duration of incoming crowd control effects reduced by 25%. Now, I talked about this in my previous videos. I wanted to explain that obviously this is going to be your go-to for arenas for sure, because it is important for your defensives that you can actually control your trinket. I can also see in RBGs when there's so much CC that you'll literally, the first time you get CC'd, the first time you get cycloned, you're going to want to pop that, especially if it's at a crucial time, whatever the case may be. With Relentless reducing the duration, reducing the duration by 25%, I can see this being useful in battlegrounds, but this is going to have to be something that you guys test out. The middle one specifically didn't seem like it was going to be something that was useful in comparison to the other two, but I'll leave that to you nice Affliction Warlocks to decide what you would like to use yourself. For your second row here, you have the Train of Thought. This is passive. Damage increased by 15%. Being attacked will cause this effect, will cancel this effect for 8 seconds. Mind Quickness, this is passive. Increases haste by 6%. Super important for an Affliction Warlock with your haste, because that's the name of the game as far as your what your stat priority is going to be. Then you have Initiation. This is also passive. Critical chance of your damaging abilities and attacks increased by 30% on targets at or above 80%. The third row here, you have Curse of Tongues. This is an instant ability. It's on a 15-second cooldown. Forces the target to speak in demonic, increasing the casting time of their spells by 30% for 10 seconds. I do appreciate going against another caster and utilizing this, to be perfectly honest. Curse of Weakness. This is instant. It's on a small 20-second cooldown. Reduces the target's physical damage dealt by 25% for 10 seconds. Then you have the Curse of Fragility. This is instant. It's on a 45-second cooldown, reduces the target's maximum health by 20% for 10 seconds. Next, you have Essence Drain. This is passive. Whenever you heal yourself with Drain Life, the enemy target deals 10% reduced damage for you for 6 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Casting Circle. This is on a really tiny cast time, 30-second cooldown. Summon a casting circle for 10 seconds. While within the casting circle, you are immune to silence and interrupts, limit 1. Now, at first, when I tried and tested this in Battlegrounds, I thought this was going to be really awesome. But because it only limits it by 1, meaning you're only immune by 1 thing, it actually isn't that great. I did opt for the Essence Drain, even though I'm Destruction. Same setup anyway. The Nether Ward, this is instance on a 45-second cooldown, surrounds the caster with a shield that lasts 5 seconds, reflecting all harmful spells cast on you. This could be a good alternative if you need to have your demonic circle, which as Affliction, your demonic circle is quite crucial for you to have. But since you're actually replacing with having your demonic circle, you actually don't get your bubble. It's not the Nether Ward, because it's only harmful spells. It's not going to give you, it's not going to protect you against melee attacks. but at least it's something. If you have to have your demonic circle and you're like, crap, now I don't have my bubble, you can definitely leverage the Nether Ward in its place. It's going to be a shitty replacement, but it's still a replacement in general, so it's not nothing. Your next set's going to be Endless Affliction. This is passive, increases the duration of your unstable affliction by 4%, or by 4 seconds. Your Soul Burn, this does consume 1 soul shard. It's instant. Increases the duration of your next unstable affliction by 10 seconds. And it does last for 10 seconds. Your Soul Siphon is passive. When you have unstable affliction active on 2 or more targets, you generate a soul shard. 1 soul shard every 3 seconds. Super important, and I think this is a legit talent for you to possibly have, especially since your soul shards are so important. In your very last set here, you have Amplify Afflictions. This is passive, reduces the global cooldown of your curses. Agony, Corruption. Why I said agony, I'm sorry about that, guys. Agony, Corruption, and Unstable Affliction by 0.5 seconds. Rotten Decay, this is passive. Your Drain Life refreshes the duration of Unstable Affliction, Corruption, and Agony on the target. I did opt to test this, as I did do a little bit of testing, even though those of you that know me know I don't play Affliction. I did test it, and I did find it to be quite useful. Then, of course, you have Soul Swap. This is instant. It's on a 20-second cooldown. It heals your damage. Overtime effects from the target, preserving their duration. Your next use of Soul Swap within 10 seconds will exhale those damage overtime effects onto a new target and deal 8% of the target's total health in shadow damage. I could see a lot of reasons when that would be super useful. So there's going to be your talents for PvP. Make sure you do watch my PvP breakdown video to understand a little bit more about what we're going to be looking at in Legion. If you are new to PWNCAST, make sure you guys give the channel a subscribe so you can stay up to date on all your Legion news, as well as be notified of future guides once Legion is live. I will be doing for PvP as well as PvE. If you have any questions on the Affliction Warlock in PvP, feel free to comment on the video, and I will make sure that I get an answer for you. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.